In emergencies, having a reliable, high-quality protein that's long-lasting and ready to eat is going to be essential. Canned tuna is one of the best options available. And according to the latest data, this one right here is the best-selling canned food in the United States. Trader Joe's is a very popular shopping destination, and it has a good number and selection of tuna. How do they stack up against the competition? Hello, my name is Les, and I want to welcome you to the Chef Prepper channel. And in this video, we're going to review the canned tuna options from Trader Joe's and rank them worst to first, like we did the Aldi canned meats. You can see in this video. We're going to see how they compare to other leading brands of canned tuna. So stick around to the end to see which one of Trader Joe's is the best canned tuna. This is the tuna that I found at Trader Joe's. Chunk light in water, Yellowfin in olive oil, Albacore in olive oil. The bottom three are all Albacore in water, no salt, low salt, and regular salt. And these are the cans of the leading brands that we're going to compare Trader Joe's to. So here's how they rank and why. So number 6 on our countdown, going 6 to 1, is the Albacore tuna in water, no salt added. It does still have a small amount of sodium, 70 milligrams. It has the cleanest ingredient list of them all. Tuna and water. It's at the bottom of the list because of its taste. Tuna without salt added just doesn't taste too good. But for those of you which sodium content is important, this will not be number 1 on the list. Number 5 on the list is the Albacore tuna in water. This time it's low sodium. The sodium content for this one is 140 milligrams, whereas the last one was 70 milligrams. Number 4 on the list is the last of the 3 Albacore tunas. This time, salt added. Sodium content in this one is 360 milligrams. So the first 3, 6, 5, and 4 were the Albacore tuna. They came at the bottom of the list, so to speak, in great part because Albacore tuna has a higher mercury content than the other 2 types of tuna. Number 3 on our list is Chunk Light in water. And Trader Joe's Chunk Light has one of the cleanest ingredient lists for Chunk Light tuna that I've seen. This is what I mean by that. Tuna, water, sea salt. Here's 2 leading brands of Chunk Light tuna. Let's look at their ingredient list. Tuna, water, and vegetable broth. Tuna, water, vegetable broth. So a lot of Chunk Light tuna on the market has vegetable broth added to it, and in part that's to improve the flavor of the tuna. Because the skipjack or the Chunk Light tuna has a really strong fishy flavor. Number 2 on our list is the Albacore tuna again, but this time it's packed in olive oil. I like olive oil really well, so having the Albacore tuna, even though it has a little bit higher mercury content, for me, the olive oil makes up for that slightly higher mercury content. To see the difference that the olive oil makes, Albacore in olive oil, 220 calories per can, Albacore in water, 130 calories per can. So as preppers, we're looking for high quality protein that's ready to eat, but we're also looking for high quality calories. Number 1 on the list of canned tuna from Trader Joe is the Yellowfin tuna in olive oil. It's number 1 because Yellowfin tuna tastes better than the other 2 types of tuna, at least in my opinion. It also typically has less mercury than the Albacore tuna. And like the Albacore, being packed in olive oil gives it some extra fat calories, which will come in very handy during those long-term grid-bound scenarios that we're prepping for. And tuna packed in olive oil is a much, much better option than the tuna out there available that's packed in soybean or canola oil. Yellowfin tuna has more fat in it than the other 2 types of tuna, and that extra fat that the Yellowfin tuna has gives it a richer taste, a much less fishy taste. Before we move on, a question for you guys. When it comes to your canned tuna, do you prefer Albacore, Yellowfin, or the Skipjack or Chunk Light? Now let's see how well the Trader Joe's compares to the national leading brands, including the taste. First, we're going to compare Trader Joe's Albacore low sodium with StarKist low sodium, and we're also going to look at and compare the no salt added from Trader Joe's. For the ingredients, Trader Joe's no salt added is only tuna and water. The low salt version is tuna, water, and salt. StarKist version, however, is tuna, water, salt, and vegetable broth. Calorie comparison, 130, 130, StarKist 110. Protein 29, 29, 26. This is what they look like in the can. Trader Joe low salt, StarKist low salt, Trader Joe no salt. With the water drained from the cans, low sodium Trader Joe's, StarKist low sodium, Trader Joe's no salt added. Trader Joe's no salt, StarKist low salt, Trader Joe's low salt. The taste test. First, the Trader Joe's low salt. So Trader Joe's low sodium albacore tuna. Texture is very firm, does not taste fishy at all, but I didn't detect any salt taste to it either. StarKist low sodium. The StarKist low sodium albacore tuna, the texture wasn't as firm. It was much more bland tasting, not fishy tasting though, quite a bit more mushy. So I'd have to say that the Trader Joe version of the low salt is quite a bit better, tastier, better texture. The Trader Joe's no salt added. I'm going to add the low salt version from Trader Joe's for comparison. No salt. The Trader Joe no salt version, everything I said about the low salt version would be the same, other than I couldn't detect the salt content when I first tried the low sodium version, but after trying the no salt version, the low sodium does taste a little bit better. If I were going to eat tuna right out of the can without putting it in any kind of a recipe like tuna salad or tuna casserole or tuna whatever, I would not want any of those to be the tuna that I ate right out of the can. Next, we're going to try Trader Joe's Albacore tuna in water, salt added, with StarKist Selects Albacore tuna in water, salt added. Sodium in Trader Joe's is 360 milligrams. Sodium in StarKist Select, also 360 milligrams. Calories of both, 130. Protein in Trader Joe's, 29 grams. StarKist Select, 30. In the can, Trader Joe's, StarKist Select. As far as looks go, there's quite a bit of difference, isn't there? In the can, still with the water drain, Trader Joe's, StarKist Select. Out of the can, Trader Joe's, StarKist Select. All right, let's taste them, see what they taste like. First, Trader Joe's. Salt definitely makes a difference. The taste as compared to the low salt and no salt is a little bit better. I can definitely tell after tasting those others that this one has salt added to it. It does make it more palatable, makes it taste better. The texture of this Trader Joe's was not as firm as the other two. So now let's try the StarKist. I gotta say, it does look much better. Well, you know, they say you can't judge a book by its cover. Apparently, you can't judge the taste of tuna by how it looks. I will have to say, honestly, that Trader Joe's salt added version tastes quite a bit better than the StarKist. The StarKist was more firm. This StarKist salt added was as firm as the Trader Joe's low salt version. Texture was very good. The taste was very, very bland. It did not taste like it had hardly any salt added to it. So the salted versions, Trader Joe's wins taste-wise, hands down. Next, we're going to compare Yellowfin tuna in olive oil, the Trader Joe's Yellowfin in olive oil, and the Genova Yellowfin tuna in olive oil. And with these two Yellowfins, we're also going to look at and compare Trader Joe's Albacore tuna in olive oil. In the can, Trader Joe's Yellowfin in olive oil, Genova in olive oil, and the Albacore from Trader Joe's in olive oil. In the cans with the oil drained, Trader Joe's Yellowfin, Genova Yellowfin, Trader Joe's Albacore. The sodium levels, Genova is 250, Trader Joe's Albacore is 280, Trader Joe's Yellowfin is 400. Here they are out of the can with the oil drained. So Trader Joe's Albacore, Trader Joe's Yellowfin, Genova's Yellowfin. Now, there's quite a bit more of the Genova. That's because the can that it came out of is a larger can. To be quite honest, I've never tried Trader Joe's canned tuna before today. So we're going to start off with Trader Joe's Yellowfin. The texture was not as firm as the albacore tunas from earlier. The taste was a little better than the albacores. Even though it had more salt than any of the others that we've tried so far, it didn't taste salty. Now, the Genova. A bit more Trader Joe's and Genova. The Genova was a little bit more firm as far as the texture goes, a little less mushy. The saltiness was way above what Trader Joe's was, even though the label says that Trader Joe's has quite a bit more salt. That's not what the taste test reveals. And I would have to say that due to that salt content, which I like, that the Genova tasted better than the Trader Joe's. Now let's try the Albacore in olive oil. Trader Joe's Albacore in olive oil. Very firm, like the earlier albacore tunas. Didn't have a salty taste to it, but it does have a slight olive oil taste to it, which I like, but you may not. And as far as the albacore tunas go, the albacore in olive oil tastes better than in water. On the other hand, the Genova tastes better than the Trader Joe's as far as the yellowfins go. So if I were ranking the taste so far, when it comes to the albacore, it would be no salt, then the low salt, then the salt added, then in olive oil, then the yellowfin from Trader Joe's, then the yellowfin from Genova. None of those in olive oil had a fishy taste whatsoever. Next, we're going to compare the chunk light tunas, Trader Joe's, Bumble Bee, and StarKist. The best-selling canned food in the United States is that one right there. The ingredients: the Bumble Bee brand has vegetable broth in it. StarKist has vegetable broth in it. Trader Joe's does not. Will that make a difference? We'll find out. Calories: Bumble Bee 100, StarKist 90, Trader Joe's 110. Protein: Trader Joe has 25, StarKist has 20, Bumble Bee has 22. In the cans, StarKist, Trader Joe's, and Bumble Bee. I gotta say, one does look much better than the other two. In the cans with the water drained, StarKist, Trader Joe's, and Bumble Bee. Out of the can, Trader Joe, StarKist, Bumble Bee. Other than the Trader Joe's, I've tasted these before. You can see further tuna taste tests and get more information about tuna in this video if you'd like to see more. All right, here we go. The #1 selling canned food in the United States: StarKist Chunk Light Tuna in water. So the texture is not nearly as firm as the albacore or the yellowfin. The chunk lights all together, all of them seem to have a lot more water in them, so it makes them a little bit more mushy as far as texture. Has a very, very slight taste of salt in it, and not too bad as far as chunk light tuna goes. Now, the Bumble Bee. Very mushy looking. The texture of the Bumble Bee is the worst texture of any of them that I tried today, but it does taste slightly better than the StarKist. Now, the taste test that I've been looking forward to, actually: Trader Joe's Chunk Light Tuna in water without vegetable broth. The texture of the Trader Joe's Chunk Light, it's much more firm than the other brands. It's almost as firm as the yellowfin tuna, which is pretty unusual for chunk light tuna. It tastes a little better than the other two, but the taste is a lot different. The best example of the way the taste is different that I can give you is if you are a coffee drinker and you taste light roast and dark roast. They're both coffee, they both taste good, but there's a big difference in how they taste. Of course, this doesn't taste like coffee, but there's that kind of a difference between the Trader Joe's and the other two brands as far as the taste. The best tasting albacore in water from Trader Joe's is the salt added version. And the best tasting albacore tuna from Trader Joe's is the albacore in olive oil. The best tasting canned tuna from Trader Joe's is the yellowfin tuna in olive oil. The overall best canned tuna from Trader Joe's might surprise you. After comparing the leading brands and comparing albacore tunas to albacore tuna, packed in water to water, packed in olive oil to olive oil, chunk light to chunk light, yellowfin to yellowfin, the one type from Trader Joe's that stands out from the competition, so to speak, is the chunk light. Trader Joe's chunk light tuna is much more firm than the other leading brands, better taste, and it has a cleaner ingredient list. There's no vegetable broth in Trader Joe's. Of course, canned tuna is not the only readily available, high quality, ready to eat, easy to store protein